Hey, what's up guys? In this video I want to show you how I use my winch to remove shrubs and bushes, show you a basic sod job. So if you're doing something similar, I'm sure you can pick up some tips and tricks in this video. So again, I'm not going to do a full instructional video on sod. That's going to be for a later date. But again, if you're doing some similar type work, I want to show you how I use my winch to make my life easier when we're doing these basic landscaping projects, okay? Before we jump into that video, I want to mention, if you have not signed up for Florida Turf Pros Academy, but you pre-registered, you need to do so. Those $100 off coupons are going quick. Every single day it's like tick, tick, tick. We're getting more people signing up. We're having a great time, but those coupons, they're about to expire. We're going to be hitting that mark very, very quickly. So again, if you've pre-registered and it's something you want to do, I just want to encourage you to go ahead and bite the bullet and make sure you get that done. Additionally, if you would like a free download with just a material that you can immediately implement into your business, you're leaking money, man. Like, your business leaks money in areas that you're not even thinking about. I created this download. Go ahead and poke around in there and take a look through it. I think you'd be absolutely shocked at the areas that you can save money in your business. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video, and I'll show you how I use the winch to make my life a little bit easier with these little landscaping jobs. Hey guys, a quick reminder that I do use this winch all the time. You have shrubs like this, you know, yanking up these things with your truck, it's just not a good way to do it. A lot of times you end up tearing up the yard if you have to put your vehicle in the yard, or if you got to be in traffic. Look at there, you got to run into, you know, passerbys or whatever. If you can just get park and brake set, chocks on your tires, and then get a good winch and a strap around this, your truck stays in place so you're not yanking out into the road. And there's just good and consistent tension on this strap, and you're not just yanking on it. So this winch comes in very, very handy for us. It's something that I use very, very frequently. It's been a great purchase. Take a little bit of tension off. Let's go look at it. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. So again, we'll use it on this one. Might just be able to use the mini to get out these little boxwoods. Yeah, you can use a shovel. Why don't you use a shovel, John? Well, I don't want to use a shovel. I want to use my stuff. Using stuff's more fun. Now look, there's two ways to do this. A lot of times I'll use a heavy duty chain to wrap around these shrubs. And other times, as long as the shrub isn't too big, you can just use a tow strap that is rated at the capacity of your winch. Okay, don't be getting no cheap tow straps and doing this. You can pop a tow strap and ask me how I know that. But I want to show you how to hook this up. Now, these come with a loop on each end of them, and if you come in here and have this strap, this lead strap, facing this way, like pulling straight out, you run the risk of it riding up this shrub. I have found the best way to hook it is if your vehicle is over that way, you want your connection, your loop, to be on the back end of this shrub, okay? That's important, and here's why. Because whenever you pull back this way, it wraps back around and will tighten this down. If you have this connection on the other side of the shrub, I've just found that it does not want to cinch down around the bottom of this the same way. So again, if you're hooking up a strap with a noose on it, just feed your end through on the back side of the shrub, make your connection right here, and then, you know, your vehicle's over that way, you're going to come here and then wrap it back around this way. And right here is where I'm going to hook up my hook to my lead line on my winch. Okay, so that was the second shrub that came out. And now the trade-off of using this strap and this loop method is, you know, once it does cinch down around this is really tough to get off sometimes. These bigger straps make it a lot easier than thinner straps, although the thinner you go, the better grip you're going to get. But if I tell you that thing sits down there good, you have to have a pair of pliers to grab a hold of this and wiggle it loose. You know, I'm sure there's tree guys that can speak into this. John, get a choker chain or or choker strap, whatever they use. It's probably a lot more convenient, but this is what I have on hand in my truck. I keep a plastic tote with all kinds of straps and chains and stuff, just depending on the situation. We use whatever, but again, if you're using this method, you're going to have a pair of pliers, because eventually you're going to cinch it down so tight you're not going to be able to get that off with just your fingers. So yep, did a pretty good job here. I subcontracted out a tree guy come in here and take care of a stump for us. $300, man. 15-20 minutes of him with that stump grinder, enough to get my attention. Maybe something we offer in the future, I don't know. But he took care of that and a bunch of monkey grass, and we're gonna come through here again, take out all this. We're gonna till it all up, bring in some topsoil, and we're gonna put down St. Augustine. I'm not a huge fan of St. Augustine, very temperamental for our area, but since this yard, the majority of it is St. Augustine, it would look strange to bring in another warm season turf grass. Have to be mowed at different heights and that type of thing. So St. Augustine is what's going in here. Well, this is about an hour later. Obviously kind of hard for me to show you guys using the machine to prep this out, but there were some low spots over here, so we pulled some of this material out this way, and got a nice grade here. We're going to be bringing in St. Augustine again. And again, one thing that I like to do is whenever you're making these lines, to make sure that you are nice and straight, I like to use a string line. If you have weird shapes, a lot of times whenever you're cutting it, it looks really, really strange. So again, having yourself a string line, whether you're using a sod cutter down this edge or you're just using your machine and then making your line that way, it's a good idea to have a string line. It comes through here. We're going to spray paint this edge right here. That way it's a nice square, because really it just looks a lot better than trying to cut out odd pieces. So another thing is sometimes clients will ask, hey, I got a patchy area in my lawn, can you patch with sod? And you can, but it looks horrible. So if there was patchy areas in this lawn right here, instead of just dropping down pieces of sod, which may look okay, it's just the better idea, especially if you have large patches, is to just cut a nice clean square or rectangle out. It just looks a lot nicer and a lot better. So anyways, I'll show you guys what happens next. Hey, I had your sprinkler running for about 30 minutes or so, so it's good and watered in for today. About 45 minutes to an hour a day for the first week or so, and then those roots will start getting tacky to the soil. Then you can really back off watering at that point. But yeah, I appreciate you letting us do this project for you, Kimber. It definitely cleans up the front of the house a lot. Thanks again. See ya. So yeah, I see a lot of times companies using a mini excavator to pull out shrubs, or they will use a dingo. But sometimes in those bigger shrubs, man, like a dingo will not lift those shrubs out. And you know, I have done it the old school way, guys, where you hook up your truck and you just try and yank these things out. And it's just, I'll be honest, man, I just don't feel like it looks very professional whenever you're doing that. If you can kind of just, you know, get yourself locked in place and then use a winch, it's just so much safer. And if we're doing anything that's much heavier than just basic shrubs, of course, put yourself a blanket onto your winch rope or your cable, just as an extra measure of safety. So anyways, I hope that helps somebody out. If you're looking to make a purchase at the end of the year for something that you can use for your lawn care business, man, look at a winch, because there's just been a lot of times that I've been so thankful that I've had that. So hope that helped you out. Y'all take care.